morning, Team Darden. This is your candidate, Norris Tyrone Darden, and this is your Tuesday edition of Live Talk with your candidate. All right, so a couple of quick things. So on the ballot, so let's start off with this. Today is Tuesday. We are officially 6 days away from early voting. So this is the 13th. If you add 6 days to it, that's 19. And on the 19th, which is Monday, is the first day of early voting. So it's kind of like this. As an athlete, you train. You go through the practice meets, you go through everything. Now it's time. Your heat is up. It's time to start walking towards those blocks, taking off those warm-ups, and getting ready for the race. So Monday is approaching. With Monday being approaching, it's we need to understand exactly what's on our ballot. So if you're in District 2, you have a mayoral race, which is at large. So everyone can vote in the mayoral race. That's number one. There are currently 14 candidates in that race, and you can only choose one. Number two, there's the District 2 race, and those elections are single district, which means you have to be in that district to vote for that candidate, those candidates. And so I'm in District 2, so I'm a District 2 candidate for that single district. There are 12 candidates in that race, including myself. Then you have two propositions, Proposition A and Proposition B. There's been a lot of information, good information and misinformation about both those propositions. And so what I want to do between now and May 1st, hopefully this week, if not next week if not this week, I want to continue to inform you. So I've asked a representative from Fixed SAPD to come on to the live talk, and it may have to be a special edition just to fit in their schedule, to kind of give you guys some clear understanding of, from their perspective, what Proposition B is. And then I'm also planning on reaching out to someone from SAPOA to do the same thing. I think it's important for everyone to understand clearly what it means to vote yes or no for these propositions, just like everyone needs to know clearly what it means to give your support to a candidate to be your next city council person. And so that's coming up. I had the opportunity to watch the KSAT 12 debate between SAPOA and Fixed SAPD, and it was a rich 45 minutes. I believe that they kind of got off track a couple of times, and as we say in our community, it kind of got petty. And as I've heard in different circles, they majored in the minors, but overall, it did give me a clear understanding of the pros and cons of Proposition B on both sides. And so I'm closer. I'm closer to understanding what each piece would mean, and casting my vote one way or the other. But I want to bring those two individuals back on so you can get a firsthand look and even ask questions if you need to directly to them on what it means if it's passed or not passed. The other part of it is Proposition A, and there's a lot of misinformation going on. Proposition A does not give City Council the authority to pass bonds without the public's consent. That's the first thing I heard. The second thing I've heard is, and it does not do this either, that City Council can redirect funds in the bond to housing initiatives, which in turn could lead to that pay for play, could lead to lining developers' pockets. That's not what it is either. Currently, how the bond system is set up, you can't include housing in the bond. You have infrastructure, which is streets, drainage, sidewalks, and parks. And then there are some special things that you can put in there, but housing is not one of them. And so Proposition A allows the housing initiatives to be a part of the municipal bond. And again, the community would be voting on that. It wouldn't be something that the city council would be deciding on themselves. But again, I want to bring some people on to speak directly to that, so we can have an informed decision when we go to the ballot, when we go to the polls to cast our ballot. So that's that. Let's talk about block walking. So District 2 is vast. I've walked Dignity Hills, Delcrest, Eakswood, the major areas of Lakeside, um, Blue Rock Springs, 4070, 4077. I've walked Denver Heights, Jefferson Heights, Harvest Place, East Lawn, East View, East Village, Eastwood Village, Chasewood, Wilshire, Kruger, East Terrell Hills. And so just this week, I started on Friday and I'm catching back up this week, Mankey Park. And Mankey Park, let me tell you guys, it's as diverse as the entire district. Walking up and down those streets, it may be homes that are worth four or $500,000, and it may be apartments that, you know, they may be worth $800 a month. But what I did come to understand walking Mankey Park, and I still have a couple more streets, is that they are engaged. They care about this district and the city, and at times they feel left out. When I was walking in Dignity, one of the ladies, I knocked on her door, I think it was on Pine Street, and she said, "Sir, I understand. People are saying, it's a lot of gentrification going on." She said, you might call me a gentrifier." She said, "There's architects all around me." She said, "Well, what I will say is this. I understand with improvements come higher taxes, but it makes no sense for us to pay higher taxes and we don't get better services." She said, "The quality of services needs to match the taxes that we're paying. And we're paying a lot of taxes." And I never heard it from that perspective. When we talk about gentrification in our community, we don't talk about services. We talk about people being priced out of their homes. But the reality of it is that when taxes are going up 250% in the community, that should mean that services should be going up 250% as well. And we should have some top-notch services. But we don't, not in our communities. So that perspective was different. Because when she spoke on gentrification and taxes, it wasn't about, being priced out of the home and this is outrageous, that outrageous. It was, I pay X amount of taxes and my road has got potholes all in it. My sidewalks are 60 years old. The police don't come when I call them. There's stray dogs and cats run all over the community. It makes sense. So in Mankey Park, another perspective came, had nothing to do with gentrification. So in the last bond, there was some public-private, I guess, collaborations, and Botanical Gardens was a part of that piece. And so because of the private piece, some things were done. So they put a restaurant in there, did some parking and things like that. But in that community, Botanical Gardens, Mankey Park had access to it. Walking through it, enjoying the amenities, and just it being a part of the community. But now they've put fences up. They've blocked things off. The new parking lot is closed off, and it's to the point to where public dollars have seemed to have been put towards privatization and have cut off the community. And again, when we look at bonds and things like that, we're talking about improving our quality of life. We're talking about improving our infrastructure. But in this instance, speaking with this constituent, this young man said, "This is not right." He said, "It makes me feel like I will never be for a bond again because the public is supposed to benefit and we're not benefiting from this." And again, nothing against other communities because we want to share the things in our community with other people. But in that Mankey Park area, if you're not familiar with it, over there you have Terrell Hills, you have Alamo Heights, you have District 1 in that area, District 10 is in that area. That's where your Whitty Museum, your Museum, the zoo, all those things in that area. And this community member kind of felt like these improvements that were funded by public dollars and funded by City of San Antonio taxpayers and voted on by City of San Antonio taxpayers in District 2 or residents in District 2, they're being cut off. And there's no attachment or connectivity to the upgrades that are being done. And so that's something we got to think about. We have a bond that's going to be coming up. and we're going to be in the community. Whether I'm elected or not, I've always been a part of those processes. We're going to be in the community trying to get support. But why would a community member, a citizen, support an initiative that upon its completion they can't take part of? And so again, this is not what I'm saying. I'm just sharing with you why block walking in Mankey Park a major concern, a major issue. And there were some other concerns. I've spoken to about I say about 25 community members over the past couple of days that I've been walking there. Today is Tuesday, so I walked Friday and Monday, Mankey Park, and talked to about 25 people, and they have similar concerns. But that was a major concern I wanted to share. So again, we're going to the stretch. So we're going to be having Team Darden Family and Friend Happy Hour. Just what it is. We're going to be in a happy place with our families and friends, getting our strategy together for Monday and moving forward in this campaign. So reach out to me at 210-378-3618. Shoot me a text, give me a phone call, and I'll get you that information. Don't do it now though, because my phone is broken, and that's why I haven't shared this to my page. But if you shoot me a text, hopefully it'll come through later. But Team Darden SA@gmail.com is the email, and you can always shoot an email, and I'll get that information to you. That is our family and friends happy hour invitation to you, and that's just finalizing our strategy for Monday through the 1st. All right, so something that I'm proud of. So we started the Team Darden 20 for 20 telethon, and we launched that on the 23rd, I believe. And so just the premise of that is this. We wanted to get as many $20 donations as possible down the stretch so we can make sure our phone banking, our block walking, our mailers, all the different elements and components of our political machine, our campaign machine, were well funded, and they were reaching the masses with our message. And so our goal, and it's a hefty goal, but our goal was 1,000. So 1,000 $20 donations. And so if you do the easy math, that's $20,000. Well, we're approaching 250 $20 donations. So we are a quarter in to our goal. So that's a great thing. What I want to say right now is this though. If you haven't contributed your $20+ and you can contribute all the way to $500, contribute, please. Contribute. Because again, the block walking, the phone banking, the mailers, the get out the vote strategy for early vote, the day of on election day, all of it needs to be well funded so we can ensure that if there's a runoff, we're number one, at worst number two. And if there's not a runoff, we have the most votes. And so it's going to take you guys and your effort. So again, if you have not contributed to our Team Darden Telethon 20 for 20, we're going to be doing this all the way until the 20th of April. And you can go on the website at www.teamdardensa.com and go up to the right. There's a blue button that says donate. Click the button and you got it. All right. So today, there's several things going on today. So I'm going to do myself a favor and I'm going to pull up my calendar. So for me, I'm meeting with the Southeast Side neighborhoods, and they're going to be kind of giving me their concerns, what their priorities are in their community. From 6 to 7:30, there's going to be a Yes Summit. And I believe myself and 2 or 3 other candidates will be there. And then there's going to be 2 or 3 other community meetings going on. And so just quickly on the Yes Summit, you guys can tune in. And as you see on the screen, it looks like myself and candidate Cleaver and Perry are committed, and then maybe some more of us. but it's going to be some young people, guys, some young people uh, kind of moderating this and hosting this and just, being able to chime into their perspective. So the Youth Empowerment and Student Initiative presents District 2 Yes Summit 2021, April 13, 6 p.m. to 7:30. So tune in. If there's a link or anything like that, we'll share it on the Darden for District 2 page and get that information out there. Again, an informed voter, that's the best voter. So in these forums, guys, they talk about crime a lot. And when a preacher called me one day and said, Tyrone, I watched the forum and I'm concerned. This is my preacher voice. And I said, yeah, doctor, you concerned? Talk to me. He said, well, I'm concerned because these forums y'all going to, it seems they have a lot of questions about crime and violence. He said, but I've been around this community a long time, and there's never been a city council person that's been the police. And I said, I agree with that. He said, it's not the role of the city council person to fight crime. It's the role of the city council person to provide opportunities so there won't be crime. And when he said that, it wasn't nothing but the Most High, because that's how I feel, specifically with the youth. And you think about it in our community, when there's crime, when there's violence, when there's things that disrupt the positive things that we have going on, typically it's our young people. And when I say young people, I'm talking about 12, 13, all the way to 24, 25, and 26. People that have a whole lot of life left to live. But we got to provide opportunities for them. And I think with that, for school-aged children, we have to support our school systems. People don't know this, but District 2 is large. East Central, independent school district, because Lakeside and those communities are in District 2. East Central Independent School District, you're part of District 2. Wagner, although you're in Converse and in the county, Sunrise, Highland Farms, those communities over there, they're in District 2. So you're in District 2. Roosevelt, Roosevelt is in San Antonio, and it's physically in District 2. But Camelot and those communities down Gawain and Mid-Crown, Eisenhower, all of those are District 2. So guess what? Roosevelt is District 2. So that's ECISD, that's JISD, and that's Northeast ISD. And then we can't forget about Old Faithful, Sam Houston. Sam Houston is in the heart of the community in regards to all its feeder patterns, King Middle School, Davis Middle School. All the elementaries in those areas are District 2. And so when we look at our educational system, we have ECISD, we have NEISD, we have JISD and SEISD. And that's just our formal schooling. Post-secondary, we have St. Philip's, that's Alamo Colleges, right in our district. So for me, the first step in number one, fighting crime, and number two, improving the quality of life, is having a healthy and having a efficient and having a very, very focused and intentional relationship with all those school leaders. Alicia Perry, with Gloria Ray. I remember my coach, Coach Moki, used to be on the board, if he still is, over in East Central, and those guys, and over in the JISD. I know a couple of those people, Perez, and a couple of those people over there. I know Macias is vying to get back on. In EISD, I'm not sure who that person is for that area, but we gotta start collaborating, coalition building, so we can ensure that we're on the same page. But once we help strengthen and support those entities, those apparatuses, or those pieces of the apparatus, then we have to start making an investment on the local, which is the city and the county, the state, and then start leveraging what we have here with federal opportunities, and start creating robust out-of-school time opportunities. For those who don't know what out-of-school time is after school, the weekends, holidays, winter break, spring break, and your summertime. Anytime a child is out of school, a student is out of school, there should be something enriching for them to do. And if we all work together, the school system, the government, and the private sector, we'll be good. I'm going to leave with this. I'm going to share with you. I'm 41 years old. So some people still call me young, and most of my students say I'm an old man. So I'm going to leave you guys with this. When I was growing up, we had opportunity, and there was a lot going on. At one point, it was called the drive-by capital of the world. We had a lot of gangs, a lot of drugs, a lot of bad things going on. But there was always a choice. I remember the code card. And they say don't make promises. And it may not be called a code card, but I'm going to work with VIA, and I'm going to work with Valero, and I'm going to work with other private entities to ensure we bring the code card, something like the code card back. The code card was like that Willy Wonka ticket you got at that candy bar. It was the access. It was the pass to everything. With the code card, guess what? You can ride the VIA bus at a discounted price or for free at times with the code card. And back then, I think it was Diamond Shamrock. You can go into Diamond Shamrock, get you a drink and a bag of chips or candy for free. With the code card, you can go to Splash Town. You can go to all these different entities, either at a discounted rate and at times for free. And it had all these different partners. And you can do so many things around the city. And so in the summertime, if you had your code card, you were good. And you had to be linked to an organization. I was linked to the Eastside Boys and Girls Club. So I would go take my code card every month, talk to Mr. Chuck Landy, and whatever the stipulations were, you got to do a couple hours of community service or go through this process, go play basketball, go shoot pool, go read a book, and you get your code card stamp for the month. We got to bring that back. So we talk about crime and violence. It's about opportunity. If our young people are engaged, if our young people have things positive going on, if they have choices, guess what? They will be able to do positive things. And we can't just wait. We can't be reactive. We have to be proactive and have preventive measures. And that's what these choices are. So no, I'm not the council person that's going to lock all the people up. I'm not the council person that's going to put a police officer on every corner. I'm not the candidate that's going to swear to you that everything is going to stop because I have the magic potion and I'm waving a magic wand. I'm the council person that is going to commit to investing in our community, investing in our youth, investing in programs, and investing in things that we know that historically have helped our community. All right. With that being said, I'm checking the comments. We're looking good. Let's hear from Coach Irwin. We're going to do a oldie but goodie. We're going to hear from Coach Irwin real quick, and then we're going to go.
My name is Coach Tommy Irwin. I am a retired teacher and coach out of San Antonio Independent School District. I support Norris, Tyrone, Darden for City Council District 2. I coached Norris in football, basketball, and track when he was at a young age at 12 years old in Martin Luther King Middle School. When I first met this young man, I knew that he was going to be very successful with his academic and leadership skills. That's why I support Norris, Tyrone, Darden. I not only ask you to vote for him, but also make a monetary contribution to his campaign council. I want to thank you. God bless you, and everyone be safe.
Thank you, Coach Irwin. Thank you. Quick shout out. Clarence Springs was here last week. Quick shout out to you. Diamond Mouse. Growing up, proud of you. And everybody else that's tuned in and supporting. I see Olivia Dawn on there. Thank you for your support and all you do for the community. All right, guys, with that being said, don't forget to vote. Norris, Tyrone, Darden. If you need any questions, comments, concerns, answered, don't hesitate to call me, 210-378-3618. My phone is broken right now, but it'll be fixed in a couple of hours. Shoot me a text. And again, never forget, call Tyrone and help will be on the way. Thank you.